Hello and welcome to the Wise Guys and Gals how-to video for the activity Need Some Support. This activity highlights the STEM career civil engineering, which deals with construction, design, and maintenance of the physical and natural environment, like roads, bridges, dams, rivers, and lakes. The STEM big idea for this activity is forces, the push or pull on an object. Specifically, this activity focuses on the compression force when you squash or compact an object. For example, consider pillars or columns that hold up things that weigh a lot, like homes or bridges, and even roads such as an overpass. In this activity, learners will try to use the supplied materials to produce pillars that will withstand compression caused by gravitational weight, or in this case, books. For this activity, the materials you need are masking tape, index cards, paper, and books to test out your support. Before the kids walk in, you want to make sure that you have familiarized yourself with the design challenge. You have all your materials that you need ready to go. You've read the facilitator guide as it contains many important details for this activity, and you've set the activity up so that when the learners come in, they can begin to have fun. With all WGG activities, you want to take time to get the learners excited about the activity. For this activity needs some support, you could begin by engaging learners in a variety of physical activities that helps them experience forces. For example, you could have learners push against a wall. You can have them pull a rope that's attached to an object. Whatever you decide to do, it's most important that you let them describe what they think is happening in their own words so that they can own the experience with forces. Now let's look at a few highlights from this activity. When you log into WGG, you'll get an overview of the steps for this activity Need Some Support. Next, learners will be introduced to the design challenge. Here, they'll be asked to consider the concept of compression forces when creating a structure that will support books. Next, they will familiarize themselves with the criteria that will be used to decide how well they did in this design challenge. For this challenge, learners will think about strength, which is measured by the amount of books their structure is able to support. They will also consider stability. Is their structure able to bear that weight for a specified amount of time? Another criterion is the height. How tall is that structure? And for bonus, the criterion of cost. So they can think about for each material that they use, it comes with a cost. So minimal cost, higher score. Prior to building their structure for the design challenge, learners will have an opportunity to try out different shapes constructed with index cards. First, they will construct a triangular prism that is created by creating a triangular shape, which you can make by making a crease in the index cards. You will use tape to secure the shape. Learners will also create a cylinder shape, which happens when you roll the index card very tightly into a cylinder and secure with tape. Learners may or may not find differences between the two shapes, but they are encouraged to explore both. For the challenge, they will use 2 sheets of paper. They will split those papers in half and create the structure that they think is necessary to support the weight. This might be a cylinder or a triangular prism, as seen before. After they secure their pillars to the table with tape, they will begin to test out their structure by adding a book, one at a time to see how many books or how much weight they can support for how long. Note, this is only one example of a solution. Learners can adjust the height of the supports as well as cut the supports into many strips to create additional pillars. These are the types of design decisions that will affect the rating for the foundation with regard to strength, stability, height, and cost. As with all WGG activities, reflection on the design challenge is most important. Learners will revisit the criteria presented earlier in the activity to evaluate how well they built their structure and what they can do to improve it next time. Finally, we have a few facilitator trips where the gotchas can get you. As mentioned before, you want to use tight rolls to create the cylinder shapes for the pillars. You also want to make sure that those pillars are in uniform height so that they can best support the books or the weight. You want to attach those pillars to the floor or the table for extra stability. And teamwork makes the dream work. So be sure that there are at least 2 learners using the books to test out the structure. Thank you, good luck, and have fun.